we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm back at the Ferry Boat Inn next to the River Trent again. I keep coming back to this place because it's just so nice. It's peaceful, it's tranquil, it's very attractive. I've got kind of layers of interestingness that I can look at out of my side window. So it's a beautiful sort of cinematic panoramic view out of the side windows, and behind me on the other side there's some sort of canal which I have yet to explore. And then directly in front of me is the Ferry Boat Inn, which is very charming on the inside. It's got exposed beams and it's all very rustic and warm and friendly. And they serve lovely food because they're a hungry horse, and I like hungry horse. It's comfort food. And then behind me, there's a car that's parked too close because wankers. Anyway, so it's a lovely place, and I keep coming back here, but I keep having to go away. And that is the reason for this episode, because this is the griping and moaning episode. This is where I complain about all the things on and in and relating to the van that aren't quite coming up to snuff. Now, I should point out at this juncture that I'm extremely happy, and I know how lucky I am to be able to have a van and do this stuff. So it's light-hearted griping and moaning, with always in the back of my mind the fact that I'm actually very lucky and very privileged. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. So the first item in my litany of complaints has to do with the height of the seating in the living area of the van. It's just too high. Allow me to demonstrate. Here we have a floor, and above the floor we have the edge of the seating. I will lift up my duvet to show you. There is the edge of the seating, and it's a hard edge. Look at that. It's a hard edge, and the padded part of the seating goes behind the hard edge, which means that this corner is right on the back of your thighs when you're sitting on it, and that makes it very uncomfortable. It makes your legs go to sleep. But that wouldn't be a problem if the seat was just a little bit lower, but it's high enough that your feet aren't properly flat on the ground, and that's very uncomfortable. Obviously, I've got my duvet resting across here at the moment, and the reason for that is mainly to do with storage. There's nowhere else to put it, but also it means that it pads the edge of that seat a little bit, makes it a little bit more comfortable on the backs of my thighs, but it's still kind of annoying. The next thing I want to complain about is this. This is the leisure battery. This is the battery that powers the interior lights, the fridge, the plug sockets, anything that you plug in and use, anything electrical is powered from this, the leisure battery, which is different from the one that starts the engine and deals with the headlights and the indicators and those sorts of things. This battery just isn't big enough and powerful enough. So far I've been using the leisure battery to power my inverter, which in turn powers my laptop and my router and also the interior lights, and I can only get maybe 2 days out of it, and 2 days just isn't long enough. I want more. The next thing I want to complain about is this drawer. This is the kitchen drawer that contains the cutlery, and as you can see, I've had to stick gaffer tape on it, and the reason for that is because when I go round corners the drawer flies open. Now I'll take this off. It does have a locking mechanism. You can slide it open, slide it closed, press the button, and that locks it in place. And it does work, it does lock. But not when you go round corners, because everything in the van moves around a little bit as the van moves. The little catch, this part, isn't quite catching enough. Oh, there's some Gorilla Glue. This isn't sponsored, but if anyone from Gorilla would like me to sponsor their product, I'd be happy to do commercials for them. Moving on. The next thing I'd like to complain about is the lack of a fixed bed. Now this is actually my biggest issue with the van. It's lovely, as you can see. I've got this whole bathroom area behind me. Well, this is a fridge that I'm pointing at the moment, but there's the fridge, there's a cupboard here, and behind there's a bathroom with a shower and a sink and a toilet, and that's great. I'd rather have a fixed bed. Across the back of the van, I could have a fixed bed quite high up that would be fixed and double and plenty of room, and I could just get in the bed when I wanted to go to sleep without having to build one first. But also, having a fixed raised bed across the back of the van would mean that I would have all that storage space underneath, garage space. And in a van, as you very quickly discover, storage is key. Every single nook and cranny is used for storage because there's never quite enough. But if I could have a garage beneath a raised fixed bed, that would be absolutely perfect, and I would be willing to sacrifice the shower for that, because honestly, I don't really shower in here anyway. The next thing I would like to complain about is the fact that I'm outside, and although it's lovely to be outside when you want to be, at the moment it's the middle of the night and I'm naked and it's raining, but I've had to come outside to deal with the gas bottle situation. Allow me to demonstrate. So the gas bottle is located in the gas locker, which is here, which is lovely. It's very convenient. Here there is a gas bottle with a valve, and that's where I store my hookup cable and the funny rubber strip that goes across it so that people don't fall over and sue me. All very handy, and of course I can reach in like this to turn the gas on or off. At the moment I'm just turning the gas on while I remember. Lovely. There we are. So my gas supply is now turned on. But I can't get to the bloody thing unless I step outside the van in the rain, naked, with possible witnesses and police investigations and things, and I have to open up the back of the van to get to it. It's a stupid arrangement. I want to be able to turn the gas on or off from inside the van. Well, actually, technically, I can turn the gas on or off from inside the van because there are stopcocks and things under the sink, but I need to be able to do the main bottle because of travelling. By law, as far as I'm aware, I'm obligated to turn the gas on or off from the bottle when I'm travelling, which means that if I arrive at my location in the middle of the night, naked in the rain, I still have to step outside the van to turn the bottle on in the first instance. After that, I can turn the gas on or off from under the sink. Anyway, it's annoying. Anyway, I hope you will take these minor gripes and moans in the spirit that they were intended. As in minor. Generally speaking, look at me, I'm very happy. I'm standing in the sunshine next to a river, looking at wildlife, or at least domestic livestock. It's fine, everything's fine, and I love my van, I do love my Willy. So this may possibly be where I end the vlog, or it may just be the middle part of the vlog and then I move on to something else. I don't know, it's early in the morning, I haven't started my day yet, and who knows what the day may bring. If something else interesting happens, I'll tell you about it. While I was out there filming that, I noticed that there's quite a nice inscription on the bench, so I'll show you a quick shot of that.
Walk with me. Let's leave.
So I've decided to go for a walk, because why not? Not as if I couldn't use the exercise. There is a glorious, rich smell of manure in the air. I mean, almost overpowering stench of manure. And I'm fine with that. I actually quite like the smell of manure. Not of the human variety, and pretty much not of the pig variety either, or chicken variety to be honest, but cow and horse shit smells kind of wholesome and fresh and countrified. It's a nice smell. It's a smell I associate with childhood holidays on farms and in the countryside. It's lovely.
Is the sky like the color of your eyes?
I'm standing directly under some power cables. I believe it's the closest I've ever been in my life to all these power cables that I normally see running across the countryside in the distance. This close you can actually literally hear the electricity thrumming through the wires. And I'm not hearing a gentle breeze or a wind whistling through the wires. You can actually hear the electricity. It's buzzing. A little bit unnerving. There's a lot of juice there.
Come hold my hand. Let's find something new. Me and you.
So, I'm standing in a weird and scary place. I saw this far off in the distance and thought I'd walk up and have a look. Some sort of hydroelectric facility. I'm only in the areas that are accessible to the public. There are big scary looking buildings off in the distance that I assume are connected to this in some way. It's quite eerie here. Lots of strange mechanical noises coming from various places. Lots of strange smells. As usual, the midges are out in force. And yeah, it's really quite spooky here. This is the sort of place where a person might, if he was sufficiently encouraged by his viewers, be inclined to do an overnight challenge. At the scary crossroads from hell. If you want me to do an overnight challenge at this haunted crossroads, let me know in the comments. As usual, I'm being eaten alive by the local midge population. Charming little fuckers. Here I'm standing at the crossroads from hell, crossroads to hell, highway to hell. Anyway, it's a crossroads. It's kind of scary. It's spooky. The kind of place that a fella might do an overnight challenge if he received sufficient motivation, peer pressure from his subscribers. It's hot. Well, I've just had a really interesting chat with the owner of the Ferry Boat Inn, and his name's Pete. He's absolutely lovely. He's a really nice guy. I was recommended this inn on Park for Night because so many people really liked it, and Pete was mentioned on Park for Night. People said he's a fan of campervans and the whole van life thing. He's very supportive. He's friendly to van people, and this has proven to be true. This is a great park up. It's got beautiful views, good food, a friendly publican. It's a really good place. I've had a very good experience here. I will definitely be making this a regular haunt. Hello, good morning. It's 11:49 and I've just woken up. I'm still at the inn. I'm still at the Ferry Boat Inn. I had planned on making an early start this morning and very rude. I had planned on making an early start this morning and heading off to a lagoon that is about a mile or so up the road, but I'm lazy and I'm still here and I'm just enjoying chilling out next to the river. What can I say? The lagoon will still be there when I'm ready. But right now I have an unexpected repair to make. I know, more opportunity to demonstrate my general all-round manliness. Now, you may recall that in the first episode, I used a gorilla product in order to do a gorilla repair. Very rude. Yes, I used a gorilla product to use... So anyway, I used a gorilla product to make a gorilla repair. I'm using both different spellings of the word gorilla, and it was very successful. People were impressed with my manliness, my who am I kidding? Anyway, I stuck a thing onto a thing, and the thing that I stuck has remained stuck, so that's all good. But now I need to stick something else, and so I'm going to use another gorilla product. Have a look at this. Anyway, I'll show you what needs repairing. It's this thing. Along the side of the windows in the cabin are these little blinds. As you can see, it's not broken anymore. I just spent £5 on this really expensive Gorilla mounting tape. I spent £5 to repair something that doesn't need repairing. It stuck itself back together all by itself. Well, that's not fair, is it? I don't believe it. I spent £5 whole pounds. 5 of them. £5 whole pounds on a Gorilla product because it was cute to make a repair that didn't need to be made. Unbelievable. Look at that. It fixed itself. It fixed itself. Well, if everything on this van continues to fix itself, I'm going to have a very easy time of it. I've just remembered another thing that I wanted to share with you that annoys me. This is another moany, gripey moan. Let me reverse the camera and I'll show you what I mean. This is the cover for the hookup. As you can see, you just pull it quite hard and it exposes the hookup-y thing for the hookup. Now, that doesn't seem like much of a problem at all, you may say. Well, the thing is, when you connect the plug to the hookup, the flap stays in the upwards position. And then if it's windy, it bangs. It bangs and thumps against the side of the van all night, keeping me awake. It's very annoying. And while I'm on the subject of being annoyed, while I'm finding things to moan and gripe about, here's another one. This is the water filler cap, and unlike the electrical filler cap, the water filler cap needs a key, and I always forget to bring my key with me. That's very annoying as well. Also, I haven't yet figured out a way to feed my water hose into the hole for the water filler without jetting water back into my face and getting literally none of it in the tank. So I have to fill it up from the inside, which is also very annoying and inconvenient. So I guess in short, the long and the short of it is that although clearly I love Willie, Willie is not without its problems. And there are lots of little problems, niggly problems, that I quite often don't have the skill or the intelligence to overcome. And that's the most irritating thing of all. I'm at a lake. This is one of the several lakes at Colwick Country Park in Nottinghamshire. And it's a big lake. It's a nice lake. And I had planned on coming here super early in the morning and doing a dawn swim. Mainly for reasons of hygiene. I feel a little bit grotty. I've been on the road a while now. But various events conspired to delay my plans, and it's now about 9:30 in the morning. Do you mind? And there are lots of people around. There are people watching me right now. So I can't exactly jump in the water and go for a swim because I'll get in trouble, because I don't think you're supposed to swim here unless you're a member of the club, which I'm not. So I'm considering hanging out here. Look, I'm vlogging, do you mind? So I'm considering hanging out here and waiting until it gets dark and then going for a secret swim, but that's assuming that I don't get kicked out of the car park, which I paid £2 for the privilege of using. I don't know, everything's up in the air at the moment, and I guess I'll just find out when I find out. But at the moment I'm just going to keep a low profile and hang out by the side of the lake, and I'll get back to you later. So here I find myself at the side of a beautiful lake, and I can't go swimming in it. Even if I decided to be naughty and go in the dark when no one was looking, apparently there's some sort of toxic shit in there, blue-green algae or something, which is obviously going to kill me if I go in there. So I don't want to risk it. So I'm just going to hang out for a bit and then head home and do some editing. But I will return to this place because it seems like a very peaceful, tranquil and beautiful, idyllic park-up. And on that note, I think it's time to call it a day. Thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did and you haven't already, you know what to do. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share, comment, do all the good stuff, or not. And I will see you next time. See you later.